Hey my friend, how are you? So I am making this video because I get the question a lot of what are my settings on the Strymon timeline and Big Sky for my ambient swells. So I wanted to show you those settings here so I can link all the people who have this question back to this video here. So first of all, I am using a pattern delay on the timeline. Why the pattern mode? Because it's easy to get a ping pong delay with it. And I want a nice spread between both of my amps in stereo so that my swells sound wider. So if you push the value button here and you go on the right, you get the pattern here. And I choose the pattern 1. This is a simple pattern that's gonna do a ping pong delay from left to right. So really simple ping pong delay, but it goes a long way to get a nice stereo spread with your swells. Then if I continue here, I have the snare, which is off, and the rest, nothing is hidden in the parameters here. So the rest is all as shown. The time is to taste. It's really what is the tempo of your song, what is best for your tempo. Then the repeats at 2 o'clock. The mix at 2 o'clock too, the filter at 11 o'clock, the grit is off, the speed at 10 o'clock, and the depth at 1 o'clock. So if I play the just a swell with the timeline only, it sounds like this. So this is a great sound, but it's a bit boring like that. We need a reverb patch to really envelope the delay and make it wider and with more depth in it. So that's why I am using the chorale mode on the Big Sky. So we'll disengage the timeline for now so we can hear only what the reverb is doing. So I'm using the chorale mode here. And there is no hidden parameter in the value button here. So my decay right now is at 6 seconds. So once again, this is to taste. It depends on how long you want it to sound and ring in your song. Then the pre-delay at 10 o'clock, the mix pretty much at noon, the tone at noon too. And then what's important is this one, the parameter 1. It's the vowel. So the vowel is ha, A-A-H-H. You have many others here. You have ahoo, you have aho, and others like this. So I'm using the ha because that's the softer vowel, I think, to use it for this. And then I use the resonance medium, and the mod is between noon and 1 o'clock here. So just the Strymon Big Sky alone sounds like this. So that's a very unique reverb sound that you don't hear a lot, that to have a vowel like this, it's like a little synthy choir that's behind the reverb sound. And I find that this kind of sound fits pretty much everywhere on swells, on drones, on any ambient effect. It helps a lot to add depth to the sound. So that's why I'm using this one here. So if I combine it with the Strymon timeline on ping pong mode like this, this is what it sounds like. Just try to hear it without the reverb. It sounds a lot different. it's much better when you add the chorale mode here, right? And then, like I said, it depends on the tempo of my song. How long do I need my swells to last and to resonate, right? So for that, I'm gonna tweak the time, the repeats, and the decay knob on the reverb. So the time and repeats on the delay pedal, and the decay on the reverb. So for now, the time was pretty much at 500 milliseconds. So if I want to go with a faster tempo in my song and change my swells faster, I can go to 300 milliseconds and less repeats, let's say. And on my reverb, maybe I could put less decay. So for now, I had 6 seconds of decay, so I could go back to 3 or something like that. So now I can change my chords faster when I'm swelling so that each chord doesn't get in the way of the next one, right? So if I play this, you see it lasts a lot less long. It's a lot shorter, right? So if I need to change my chords faster, so it works a lot. But in my case, I am not playing some very fast tempos most of the time. So my sweet spot for me is like 500 milliseconds on the delay with the repeats at pretty much 2 o'clock like this and a decay of about 6 seconds. So for most of my songs and most of the tempos I'm using, this is the best setting for me. So that's it, the pattern mode on the timeline and the chorale mode on the big sky. This is my sweet spot. This is the best combination that I use all the time. And since I have presets on them, I just have to reuse all those same presets each time that I want to play swells, so I can focus on making music instead of just tweaking and tweaking again on the pedals. So that is my go-to setting for my swells. If you want to go further and learn more about ambient guitar, I have a free guide on ambient guitar songwriting. These are my 5 best tips to write ambient guitar songs. And since you are here and you are at this point in the video at the end, it's probably because you are interested about ambient. So you can click on the first link in the description box and download my guide for free. It's full of nice tips to write for ambient guitar. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, au revoir.